Today will be a very calm, very collected, very rational stream. There will be no horseplay, no tomfoolery, certainly no hot-headedness either. Nobody's going to be going around yelling about how much they want to set things on fire or how loudly they want to deliver justice upon the robots assaulting our world. We will take things with a calm, collected, and measured response, and I think that we're gonna pull through. It'll all be okay, or it's gonna be lit. You know, it's one of the two. I'm not exactly quite sure which one, but I think maybe I'm gonna actually lean towards lit. I had my bets placed on like calm and collected. I think actually it's gonna be pretty fucking like Kino and super hot, which is a different video game entirely. Which, boy, I bet y'all wish I was playing. But we're still playing Megaman Powered Up. And think of it, we only have 3 more playthroughs left, including today's. We got Fireman's, we got Electman's, and we have a hard mode of Megaman Charge to finish things up. There is still technically a Proto Man, but we'll get to his ass one of these days, much later probably. Yeah, how about that shit? Also, how about the fact that Mega Man things happened over the last week? Ain't it crazy that within just 1 week we went from talking about how like, oh yeah, you know, Capcom's saying they want to start doing things with Mega Man, we'll believe it when they see it, and then within like 3 days it's like, oh, by the way, here's the new Mega Man trailer. It's gonna release in 2 years. Y'all still got some time to wait, but like, we have proof to back things up, and it's like, okay, cool, we have new Mega Man coming up. I'm still interested in the fact that like, oh, excuse me. I'm still interested in the fact that they have decided to not name it Mega Man 12, even though that was like confirmed to kind of be its like in-dev thing. And they're just like, yes, dual override, this is good. And I could kind of see some of the logic people have been arguing, like, who the hell is going to jump in on a series when it's at number 12? Most people probably wouldn't. So maybe giving a non-numerical entry would be good for people. But I'm also interested to see just like, what the hell are we doing with this, actually? What's going to make him so special? And so far we've got to see that Mega Man releases heat out of his body, or there's like orange lights inside of him or something like that. So there's something's going on with that there. Probably related to like how do they make the double gear ability continue to be interesting and not just a cut and paste of 11, because let's be real, if we kept the double gear system going on in all future classic games, it would be rad as hell in its current incarnation, but it would probably be kind of it would feel strange, unlike how it wouldn't slot in, I guess, quite as well as maybe like the Slide or the Mega Buster feel in a weird sense. Like it would start to take away from 11's current identity, and it's like a very strong tool to keep moving on. I'd love it to just be copy pasted and kind of, you know, continue the similar way it works for the next couple of games. I won't complain, but it would be very interesting to see, because it would like completely radically change how the classic series is you know, defined. I mean, you know, the Slide and Mega Buster did a good bit of work redefining the series, but also like, man, would the double gear system really redefine things, which honestly is okay, given that this is like, all right, well, the first 10 games didn't have it, now the next 10 games get to have the double gear system. Dual override has 12 letters in it, so close enough. Oh shit, the tinfoil hats win again. That is pretty close, actually. Might be a co-op game. It could be fun. I mean, if they want to introduce something like how they, you know, had in Mega Man 10 the idea of co-op and then actually introduce that, I think that could work. You know, Mega Man games don't really need to be co-op, but if they want to include a co-op mode, then, you know, the more the merrier, I suppose. In a weird position where you'd be fine with keeping just Power Gear, but having it be an upgrade you gain access to after 4 Robot Master stages. That's a very convoluted way of going about things. I think it would be I would be not fine with having only one of the 2 gears. Like, I get, maybe for balance purposes, what you say makes sense, but even I would kind of be like, this is very weird from lore implications. Why is the power gear just broken? What happened to the speed gear? It didn't get specifically targeted or like worn out in comparison to the power gear. I think it would be a little bit strange. But I don't know. They balanced 11 well enough with both gears. I'm sure they could balance dual override well enough if it's just a straight port of both gears. I mean, hell, they've only had like what 7 years to work on it, or 8 years to work on it so far, and they're gonna have another 2 more. So these better be some damn good levels. Gear system broken. Understandable. Have a nice day. Thomas Light just drives off into the sunset, not trying to repair the gears any further. All right, I think I've chatted long enough here. I'm getting to Fireman. Let's go.
The year 2000X. With the advancement of science,
I'm excited though. I've mentioned before, I've been kind of like, okay, I don't never need another official Mega Man game, but it is cool we're getting them. And now, many things in the future? Mega things are happening.
We have a problem.
Oh god, Fireman, what happened to your fade, dude?
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. The name's Wily, the one and only,
The brilliant scientist, Dr. Wily.
It may seem rather sudden to you, but I've decided I'd like to take over the world.
Considering how little they showed off at the Game Awards, imagine there might be a lot of work left to be done. Yeah, they definitely did show a very little bit, and they're obviously still waiting on one Robot Master, at least, to finish things, so I could definitely see maybe a lot of work needing to be left. Hold on. Unique dialogue. Dumbest fucking reasons they give to not taking the most destructive Robot Masters in these plot lines. Anyways, I'm not sure it's probably gonna be like the whole 3 years type of thing. It seems like they have most of like the modeling and stuff done. Like, maybe they're still working on like wrapping up some level concepts and they still have to make a suction level. But I mean, given what one of the men who hinted at the news, Proto Dude, and some of the other Mega Man social media accounts were about, like, it seems like this game has actually been in the works for quite a while, so it's not entirely unfeasible to think that they maybe just showed off a very small bit at the Game Awards and, like, you know, are really kind of like teasing us on that, where they actually have like way more that they could release.
What insanity! Using my robots to conquer the world.
Theorizing could be an intro stage. I could kind of believe that too.
Fireman?
What flame, Fireman? You ain't got one on top of your head.
All right, I understand. I don't like it, but sometimes such
Barbara
things
gave
must
you a
be
bad
done.
cut, dude.
I must make the necessary preparations. When water touches you, your power level goes down. On the other hand, absorbing flames powers you up.
Powers? Up? Fireman powered up? Anyways. Yes, here we're playing as Fireman. We get Firestorm. And it's pretty much as good as you would expect it to be. Oh, hold on. How much can I actually spam Firestorm? I didn't really test this. Oh, you can still have 3 Firestorm blasts out at once. Okay, never mind what I said earlier about, in the Discord about, maybe Fireman doesn't have that much spam to worry about. No, Fireman can just fucking blast it. Which, again, still, it emphasizes the question, why did they do Oil Man so dirty? Well, if you end up making a suction robot master for the contest, and if you're forced to make a new Twitter for it, at the very least, I'll have an account to tag whenever I post your wonderful works on Twitter, such as the short that got recently uploaded, which I would categorize as a success. Anyways, Fireman is, oh my god, this is kind of ridiculous. Oh, also weird thing I noticed, that unlike, Cutman's actual piercing, the Firestorm shield actually does have, like, proper piercing. Like, it won't lose its hitbox. It won't lose its hitbox upon colliding with the enemy. It'll still have the hitbox. So I guess they just decided that Rolling Cutter needed to be extra faithful to the original incarnation of Rolling Cutter, whereas you've instructed me many times, Rolling Cutter only gets its hitbox back after leaving an enemy's hitbox and then coming back.
Your friends, you must stop them.
Yeah, I know, you don't really want to use Twitter, but you could probably have the self-control to not use it if you just need to publish a Robot Master submission. Post designs exclusively through Twitter. Is it actually the case? Like, I didn't look into it too hard. I thought there might have been like a, a page on Capcom's website, but I'm guessing you've looked into this more than I did, because I looked at this and said, wow, this is cool. I'm not drawing something. I don't have the talent for that. Nor do I even have a very good idea of a suction Robot Master. Unfortunately, I have 8 wonderful Robot Masters in the wing that I designed in 7th grade, but none of them are suction-based, so, like, yeah, that's kind of a foregone conclusion for me, at least. Still, I'm happy to see a lot of people, including many people in this community, actually getting interested in trying to come up with something. Excuse me. Apparently, I've already heard complaints from another Discord because one guy posted his design, need to reformat the text, hit delete it, and resend. Excellent. Alright, so it is about that stupid. Cool. Where are we going first? Where are we sending our chud son to go and take something out? We got several mans to choose from. And Grim, I guess it's your pick. Elk man. Alright. We'll hunt an elk. The meat would probably be very tasty.
Electrifying.
But yeah, I hope Mega Man 12 cooks, because, I mean, like, if it's anything like in the vein of Mega Man 11, I'm bound to be happy about it. I think it'll, Mega Man 11 being my absolute favorite peak of the series. If it's just more 11, I'll be very happy. I think, I did notice one weird thing amongst, like, the Twitter discourse that, like, I just don't understand, and I think, I also commented on when Proto talked about it in the Mega Man, channel. I don't really get how some people are like, oh my god, yes, we're no longer, using, like, the Mega Man classic proportions. We have the Mega Man 12 looks like we're using more like the, Mega Man 8 proportions, and I'm like, okay, I mean, I don't hate the Mega Man 8 proportions. In fact, they're probably pretty good, but, like, are people really that mad over the fact that Mega Man 11, like, modeled Mega Man off of, like, the NES sprites? Especially because, like, you don't even notice it that much in-game. And also, like, Mega Man has so many, like, new poses in his 3D model that, like, I don't think it feels that much like just a copy of, like, the classic series. I don't know. I mean, I know people on the internet will get mad at anything, but it was also kind of like, even amongst Mega Man Twitter, where it's like, wow, this is a sizable portion of Mega Man Twitter, who usually does not go off on, like, unhinged fucking, all you ever do is complain type posts and rants. I'm just realizing, I've never actually bothered to... Oh, that's right. That's a slide entrance. I thought for this whole time I've been like, why haven't I got that? And it's like, oh, it's because that's a slide entrance. Duh. Ow. Okay. Mega Man 11 looks a little doofy. I don't know. I really don't think so. I mean, I guess, like, he is a little bit kind of, like, oddly proportioned, but, I mean, his proportions are, they do accurately kind of reflect someone a little childlike, which, I mean, I've never loved but it is a fact that, like, Mega Man is canonically not meant to be, like, a young adult. He's meant to be a super fighting child, essentially. Because, Dr. Light wanted his children, his young kids to raise. I like having a less boxy proportioned Mega Man in any Mega Man media, just because I think it just looks more natural. Now that I'm not a child, I can actually map myself a little bit more onto Mega Man if it's like, doesn't look like he has the proportions of a 12-year-old, but, you know, I also don't really hate it either. I have to really try to fuck up making a classic game at this point. I feel like that too, but never underestimate the abilities of a AAA company to just somehow put out a complete shitter out of nowhere. AAA studios are known to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. Then again, you heard people say that the Smash Ultimate version of Mega Man was a great interpretation. You know, I can't get past the fact that version doesn't blink at all. I guess that is kind of weird, huh? They didn't put in his idle animation, his iconic idle animation. But I guess I've never thought about that. And the game is frenetic as Smash. You probably don't even notice that you're not blinking. Especially because he's probably blinking in pain and getting hit.
Well done. But you say goodbye here. I might even tell you more about me after I win. You're fired! You're really something, Fireman. But soon you'll know the feeling of glorious lightning coursing through your body.
Keep it simple, Fireman. That's what we like to hear. Just say that he's fired. Anyways, we have this wonderful competition between the guy who won the vote and the guy who lost the vote. Oh, it still feels very weird having to do this mirrored. I'm very used to dodging from the left side, not from the right side. Either way. Better than Mega Man 1 Play-Doh Baby Boy? Fair. I mean, everybody has their preferences, but I'm personally not affected that much either way. I think Mega Man looks good in almost all incarnations. Mega Man DOS being an exception. I would not like to have that back again, thank you. Or, there was one, I can't remember what it was, there was one interpretation of Mega Man where it was like when he's sliding, his neck was just like folding into his body. Didn't look quite right. I can't remember what one that was. Hey Dakota, welcome. Platinum, Senran Kagura, Burst Ranway, and Asuka told me I was a lost cause. My last achievement was getting your chosen girl to kiss the camera. You lucked out on the timing. Epic. I don't know what any of that is, but I'm glad you got to kiss the camera. Was your girl Schlatt by chance when drunk? That's something that Schlatt would do. Anyways, where are we going next? We got seven more mans to take on. 2GB where his neck compresses. Yes, so if we had something like that, that would be disgusting. I would not want to see that again in a Mega Man model, interpreted as a new Mega Man model. But thankfully, I don't think they would repeat such an ill of the past. At least not intentionally. What else? What other news? Oh, so, oops, didn't mean to do that. Let's see here. I'm just gonna go ahead and choose Gutsman. I want to get Gutsman out of the way. Yeah, so as I mentioned, oh, we had to pick that girl, Asuka. Okay. As I mentioned in the Discord last night, I got I cut myself, a man down on while washing my dishes last night on a big serving spoon, which does not have sharp edges, mind you. I managed to just grab it the wrong way with my pointer finger, and like now I have a big gash on the other side of my pointer finger, and it bled pretty fucking profusely last night. It was very painful and very irritating. Now currently playing with a bandage. Thankfully it's not as, you know, it's not closed up, but it is healed in comparison to last night. Like last night I was like, okay, can't move it in too many different directions or it's gonna hurt. And it was like so much blood coming out of it, I had to put down like gauze to absorb some of it. It bled through one of the band-aids I put on it, which is like okay, fucked up and definitely not concerning at all. But yeah, thankfully I'm not doing too bad today. I still have to do, because it's still like open, I don't want to do, what am I saying? Because it's still open, like I'm still doing one funny thing where like I'm still showering like with a glove, with the bandage on and a glove over the bandage, because I really don't want to get it soaked or get soap in there. Like soap in it would still hurt badly at this point. I give it a little hand wash, but I'm not going to be, you know, exposing it to all the rough movements of running a loofah over my body and in my hands in the shower. So yeah, that's still a funny thing. It's a very funny aesthetic to be like, yes, I'm one gloving it in the shower. There's just a latex glove on my hand. It's very weird. Feel like I'm kind of Michael Jackson, but without the either the pop stardom or the you know, handling of children. Only managed to get fucked up injuries like that on your toes. I don't know. For me, it just, I don't get injured a lot, but man, when I do, it's stupid. I'm guessing what happened is that like, while the edge of the spoon is not itself sharp, the corners that make up that edge of the spoon must have been sharp, and I just kind of dug right into it. And, you know, it was not... Just luck happened to be that I did something stupid. So, I don't know. Here I am with an injury on a place where it should not be happening. Excuse me.
I don't care who you are. If you're messing up my
Yeah, you know, I'm healing okay. Thanks. It's just gonna take a couple days.
Remember my name, for I am Fireman. My flame of justice will have its revenge on you. Yeah, I'm bad. So what? I'm also your boss.
Oh, true. He's leveraging his power against us. we can't take on the corporate ladder like this. Gutsman will have us fired. I do like the kind of flavor text that Fireman is just like fucking crazy no matter what. Like he doesn't seem to remember his brothers at all, according to his flavor text. Like he's just basically saying, you're evil, you're a crazy robot dude. I don't even know who you are. I'm not gonna recognize you by name or anything. I'm just gonna burn the shit out of you. Nice. Alright, what stage are we headed to next? Make your decisions now, fellas. Fireman's a true maverick hunter.
Nice job. Keep up
You know, he could probably do all right in the later Mega Man, in the Mega Man X universe, the Mega Man X timeline. I think he and Vile would have a good dynamic because Vile would just be like, you know, Vile would just be making fun of him being a trash incineration robot, saying he's, you know, not nearly as powerful as he's not nearly as powerful as X, let alone me, Vile. But then would just be like absolutely stonewalled by the fact that Fireman's barely recognizing Vile's existence and is just kicking his ass. Be pretty fun. Same energy as Dennis Hopper from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, an absolutely crazed cowboy with a southern drawl. Yeah, that sounds like the quickest way to summarize Fireman. At least he's going on the pursuit of justice rather than just pure murder. Although I don't know if it would completely stop him. If Dr. Light just like sent him the wrong coordinates, he'd probably like go burn down a pizzeria or something on accident. Like, Fireman, no! Nothing was happening in that pizzeria. There was no Dr. Wily, I just sent you the wrong address. And he'd be like, but their ovens were burning with the smell of robot metal. And it's like, no, that's just, they haven't cleaned their vents in a while, dude. Like, those are all innocent families enjoying their pizza. Ugh. Well, hopefully, and thankfully we don't have to see that timeline, that ugly, ugly alternative, future for Fireman. Dennis Hopper also fought for justice, just a lunatic that battled Leatherface in a chainsaw duel. Oh, okay. Sorry, the referential black hole struck again, and I know of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I've just never seen anything from it. I tend not to watch things that have even mild horror themes, it just isn't my thing. I guess it's maybe something between horror action, but it was also just before my time as well. I still have never gotten past that pendulum without getting hit by it. I don't think that's going to happen in any of the playthroughs. By the way, Fireman's just on an absolute tear. It's crazy he can spam the Firestorm as much as he can. I can kind of see why they maybe wanted to give you limited ammo on it if, as playing as Megaman, if this is how powerful you can actually make it. If it's, like, coded the same, that would be nuts. Though I have never... Understandably, I've never tried spamming it while playing as Megaman, because, you know, ammo efficiency. Not a pop culture icon like its predecessor. Well, I don't know either, so... I was actually at an office party the other day, on, what was it, Friday? I think it was Friday. Yeah, it was Friday. And, one of the things my coworkers was kind of, like, trying to encourage me to, like, watch some stuff on, like, Netflix and get a Netflix so that way I could watch stuff, and she was just kind of like, but, like, it's pop culture. You need to know the pop culture so that way we could, like, talk about it with other people. I'm like, no, I don't really need to. I think I've gone my whole life without it, and it's fine. Also, it's funny that my community recognizes me as a pop culture black hole. Like, it's a gimmick we kind of have going on. I don't know. I don't find it important to keep up with pop culture. It's just not. It's not interest. If it's not interesting to me, I'm not going to engage with it in, you know, the necessary enthusiasm to make it feel genuine. It might be good even, but I don't know. I just don't feel the urge.
My justice is absolute. It waits for no man. Fire!
Well, at least Fireman recognized that Time Man said something to him. How can Fireman climb ladder with no hands? I guess just only using his feet? Maybe he's biting onto it to balance, although I don't know. He, Fireman has a mouth shape there, but he doesn't actually seem to have a mouth that he wants to use to actually speak words. Hey, come on. Goodbye, Time Man. Not even standing a chance. I think Fireman could spam it because he's very... yeah, I guess his hyper-aggression, maybe. They wanted to emulate that from the NES, too. It could be, given the fact that, like, you know, they emulated the fact that Cutman's rolling cutter still functions just like rolling cutter does in the NES, so... Running onto it despite having a mouth guard? Yeah, I was kind of debunking my own thing as I said it. Most of it bounces just, I guess, in his feet. I don't know. He just kind of lays his arms, like, just right around it and leans right up to the ladder and still manages to climb it somehow. It's just, he has just such a strong sense of justice that it actually keeps him upright, you know? Hello, Scorebar. Blum Man? Okay, we can do Blum Man. We can go light his fire.
Time for a big bang.
It's the end of the year. Did anybody have any interesting stuff from, like, whatever yearly app wrap-ups that they have, such as Discord, Twitch, or YouTube? I looked at mine, and I don't know, things were... I didn't have really too much interesting to say. Discord, whatever Discord's wrap was just completely uninteresting. There was nothing worth talking about. I mean, it kept saying, it's like, oh my god, you're in, like, this top percentage of sending messages for the year, but it's like, okay, how many Discord accounts out there, like, are just like, well, their one gamer friend requested that they, you know, make this account so that way they can actually chat over it. And then they sent, like, maybe 2 messages to the server that them and their gamer friend is in ever before just, like, switching back to text. So, yeah, Discord was completely uninteresting. YouTube's was largely uninteresting. I checked it on both my personal account and on my on the Crash Icarus account here. And well, the Crash Icarus account was like the only interesting thing there was that, you know, I'm in like the top 0.16 or whatever % of watching you know, Bear. And that's just from tuning into the Megaman streams. I must imagine that Grim, you're in like the top 0.01% of Bear watchers. But actually, I don't know how much more you watch other than just the Megaman from him. But you know, that was really the only thing interesting from the Crash Icarus account. From my personal account, like there was like some mild intrigue from like okay, it was mildly intriguing because of something that was just so funny and stupid. It was like telling me like, oh, you know, you wanted to explore watching like cooking channels and like getting into the nitty-gritty and like you know, the delicious culinary world of YouTube. And it showed this as like the cooking ideas that I explored. You might notice the latter two channels, those, you might not be familiar with them, but in case you are, you might notice that those latter two channels are actually like professional animal grooming channels, like cleaning them up at the vet. Or no, I guess not the vet, but like, yeah, the whatever. Those are in fact not cooking channels. YouTube definitely did just say that, yeah, animal being washed, that's totally the same thing as like preparing a chicken at your sink. These cats and dogs, you're eating them, Crash. I guess I'm the one who is eating the cats and eating the dogs the whole time. So thanks YouTube AI, I'm sure that's what they employed to do it. How would I even check those stats? There's like a U tab on like the left side of YouTube. If you click on the U button, it'll take you to a page where like there's a button near like your YouTube profile picture that says like, look at your 2025 rewind or wrapped or recount or whatever the fuck they're calling it. So that was kind of the funny highlight of my thing. I don't think any of the YouTube wrapped or whatever is any good. I get this distinct feeling that everything was there's a lot of AI generation in this, especially because like there's one thing where it's like, haha, look, we have an award for you, and it's basically just like some extremely niche phrase about like, I don't know, your watching habits. And for me, it was just something along the lines of like, most likely to recommend an obscure video game that's about like, you know, robots going and like becoming part of a circus or something. It was something so absurdly stupid like that where it's like, yep, this is a one-line AI generation about like, look at this guy's watch history. Now, say something about what he would be most likely to do.
Bombs! Ooh, looking good, fireman. I'll be putting your flames to good use.
Ooh, Bomb Man, confident.
Nothing escapes my flames of burning justice. Fire! What's wrong with you? A little too much burning the candle at both ends?
And Bomb Man's got a point. Oh, the other dumb thing too was like, there's like a horoscope section as well. It's basically being like, oh, your watching profile is you're like the journeyer, the discoverer, or something like that. You love to seek out these certain thrills and whatever avenues. And it's like, you're most compatible with this personality type. And it's like, oh, do we really need this? I think we're fine as a society without YouTube horoscopes. But I guess that's just me and my my saltiness about it. I'm number 1. Yay! Rome number 2, Bear 3, and Chuku Hornet 4. Nice. Bomb Man when Fireman fights him. What's wrong with you? Bomb Man when he fights Fireman. An honorable opponent. Respectable guy. Alright, well, Bomb Man has been exploded. Who are we going after next? We got 4 other mans to take down. Let's see. I don't really have much else for my weekend. Want to take a guess what your top 5 games were according to YouTube? Let me guess. One's going to be Megaman powered up because you've been watching my streams too much. The others are probably going to be, there's probably going to be Freedom Planet on there, at least one of the 2 Freedom Planets. Let's see. And outside of watching me, probably, I'm guessing you're still watching, if you're watching that much Rome, it's probably Battle Network 5, and maybe something Doom. Cutman? Alright, we'll go Cutman. I don't remember what all my top channels entirely were. I didn't pay too much attention. I think I was... Excuse me. I think I was one of the top watchers of, like, Pink Kitty Rose, as I've talked about, you know, her classic channel for a long time. Let's see, what else? Science channels? Yeah, I definitely watched, like, a good bit of... I think I was in, like, some top viewership for, like, Explosions and Fire. Loving my Australian chemistry. And I'm not loving the way I said that. Well, it is what it is. Mega Man 1 is your number 1, 4 and 5 were X6 and X7. Oh god. X7 was in your top? Why? Is it because nobody in their right mind is making X7 content, so like watching what 4 streams of X7 total is enough to put it in the top tier? Would be funny. Yeah, I don't exactly remember what my top games were. I didn't pay attention to that either, but it was definitely not surprising. It was certainly there was certainly a lot of Mega Man in there because of, well, the obvious. Looks over at phone, currently watching game stream. Wow, stream is actually kind of significantly behind today. I notice I'm actually right now... Okay, so I'm looking at my screen, and I have just transitioned onto the... Let's see. I've just transitioned on the screen with like 4 Susies, and now I'm like currently on this final screen getting out of like the Susie Tower. I'm like a solid 2 or 3 screens behind, given my pace. Okay, let this one go over. Okay, I thought... Man, can't these things just fucking behave consistently? I was trying to bait out the first one so that way I could actually jump over the second one because it looked like it was going to be smaller, but this time it wasn't. So... Damn game. Anyways, look, Fireman's other gimmick. Melting snow platforms. If he touches them from the left or right or top, they will melt. Crazy. X6 and 7 because of both me and Bear. Oh yeah, Bear did play both of those games this year, you're right. Yeah, I mean, I guess YouTube must think you are an X7 superfan if you watch 2 people do full streams of X7. Nobody in their right mind would watch that much X7 willingly. Not 2 streams, 2 playthroughs.
Warning! Dr. Wily was right. You've been changed into a bad robot.
I don't blow things up at random, Cutman. I burn things up at random. Wrong guy.
My righteousness versus yours. Fire!
Well, if we're both right, we're just gonna have to battle it out. Cutting it up.
Third X7 stream is via Discord. Yeah, so it's different. Whoa, okay. Cutman really wanted my ass with that rolling cutter. Okay, I'm not locking Cutman to a very good pattern here. I mean, I guess I'm not trying that hard. I'm going to win, but could have done a lot better with that. Very sloppy. I don't know. Y'all do anything else interesting over the weekend? I don't really have too much to talk about, unfortunately.
Great job! Give it your all on the next...
I just, you know, my Saturday was cut short again by being randomly tired. And, Sunday was, oops, I ripped my finger open on a metal spoon somehow. So, I didn't have too much time to do anything else. I'm very ready to just coast into my vacation next week. As much as I mean, I'll still be in the Discord to hang out with y'all, so it's not like I'm gonna be completely gone. But I'm very much looking forward to just not going to work, not having to prepare for streams after work. It'll be good. Just that it's windy. It do be kind of windy outside. It do be very cold. It's starting to snow around here finally. So, I mean, not like I was really missing the snow that much, though. It's at least kind of a nice reassurance that, oh, good, there is still some like winter climate around here. It's not just completely screwed over. Stream Megaman won in Bears VC twice over the weekend. Even managed to summon Yellow Devil on Iceman stage. Ah, shit, that's cool. I only got to witness the poop sky. I didn't get to see Yellow Devil. Hey, where are we going next? Should we go to Iceman? Speaking of poop sky, we can go to Iceman stage now. Yeah, fuck it. Actually, yeah, let's just go to Iceman stage. That seems like that's a vote to me. You mentioned Iceman, therefore that's a vote.
Stop and freeze!
That's pretty cool, though. Oh yeah, right. Iceman stage is gonna be like the one really challenging stage for Fireman. Like it, not just because of the whole, oh right, you're weak to Iceman. You get extinguished for like 90% of the stage. So like you're stuck using just the shield. Now granted, the shield is quite good, but no other Robot Master gets screwed over quite as badly as Fireman does in the stage of the opposing Robot Master themselves. Ah, I almost didn't get hit there. Did save the state so you can show it off? Excellent. I would love to see that. Still a ridiculous glitch that you can pull off by just shooting in the right spot. All of a sudden, here's like random game data being garbled. Shooting and jumping. Oh, right. I completely forgot that the thing with the big fire, the block with the big fire symbol on it would blow up if I fired upon it. One day, Construction Pack, I'll come back and play the stage as Mega Man Slide on normal mode. I guess I do have one other very random thing to talk about. I was kind of, last weekend I stumbled upon this kind of like internal monologue. I just got to thinking about like, you know, how like the stereotypical modern art, the stuff that's usually just like, here's like, you know, a shape plus maybe a few colors here and there, like why that kind of shit? Why does that kind of still piss me off? Like or why does it bug me, the fact that like it gets called art? Like I get why it's called art. It's all about challenging, you know, and challenging notions and making sure you're expressing things and like, you know, how much message can we express in as very little of like design as possible? Like I get it. I totally get it. It makes sense. But like only from like the academic argument. From like a practical argument, it kind of feels like it feels like the argument that its art is being made in bad faith, if that makes any sense. Like it feels like it's it feels like the same thing as someone unironically making the argument of like, you know, well, the annoying orange is a VTuber or a pierogi is technically a Pop-Tart. And it's just like, okay, yeah, like fine, you're not wrong, but if you're like really seriously going at this, it's like it just feels very shitty. Oh, well, speaking of shitty, that probably doesn't respawn, does it? Or maybe it does. Like, yeah, I know, like I said, I know the art, like, the boundary pushing is part of the point of the art, of, like, the abstract / modern art, but it's still just kind of like, I don't like it. especially because, like, I don't know, I tend to have a, like, I have a appreciation for, like, when literal labor has been put into your art. Like, the harder it is to make, the more technique you've had to put into it, the more time you've had to spend, the more I actually enjoy that. Like, sure, you can definitely make a statement about, like, here's, like, 3 red lines on a blank canvas. This is saying something, but, like, it also just feels like, well, you've spent, like, what, all of a few minutes trying to make this? Like, this is not... I mean, I guess you spent some number of hours considering it, but, like, then the actual amount of physical labor you put into it was very minimal. It just doesn't feel... I don't know. It just very much feels like, okay, I guess I'll give you a fucking prize for this because you said something with it, but it just, I don't know. I don't like it. Okay, I was overcomplicating that ice puzzle. I just had to put my hand up to it and just hold right. The taxonomy BS discussion crops up 9 out of 10 times we speak now. I guess so. I mean, it's basically like... It is a fundamental question of the world. Why do we call things the way that we call them? I think it's definitely interesting. It's just irritating when someone's like, yeah, you know, my banana that I taped to a canvas, this is like really high art, dude. You just wouldn't get it. Hot Pockets are ravioli. They're very dry ravioli, but yeah.
Reporting for duty. There's something dangerous up
That's a funny
ahead,
X3
sir.
story.
Oh, freeze it at all costs, soldier.
All that ice is gonna give you a cold. I say we put the
The
heat
Jesus
on.
Fireman. He brought out the yellow eyes for that.
What the heck do you mean? Anyway, I'll freeze you with
Sometimes art
everything
discussion
I
means what
want.
you get out of it. In a lot of ways, art is like philosophy. I do fundamentally agree. It's like, again, I get why very simple art, quote-unquote, like that, or very, you know, abstract art like that is art. I just kind of hate that it is. In the same way that's like, yes, rage bait is definitely a form of conversation. I just hate having that as a form of conversation. It just feels entirely in bad faith, but I guess that's because I'm a guy who, you know, being a STEM kid, I'm kind of like, well, it needs to have some kind of, like, you know, blood, sweat, and... It needs to have blood, sweat, and tears and, like, practical results coming out of it. If I can't get something practical out of it, then what's the fucking point? But that's just... my STEM kid bias is showing, I guess, so, you know. Otherwise, just like, you know, it's like, but again, it's the same thing with the bullshit taxonomy discussion of like, yeah, technically you could argue to me that a ravioli is a Pop-Tart or a soup dumpling is a Pop-Tart, but like, like, yeah, sure, it belongs in the chaotic evil section of the taxonomy map, but it doesn't belong in the, even in like the true neutral part, where it's kind of like, okay, I can sort of see that and accept that you're arguing in good faith. Once it goes into the chaotic evil corner, I'm like, no, this is not a real argument. You're just saying something to piss me off. It's because I've been exposed to Defective for too long, too. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely helped giving me a non-taste for rage bait, so... I've exposed too much of it. Saying coffee that is just bean soup. Hello, super nerd. Welcome. Actually, it's not bean soup, because even though we call them coffee beans, they are actually cherry. They are more akin to like cherries or like cherry pits. They're not beans. They're actually like stone fruit. Well, we only got 2 boys to go left, so do we go to Megaman or Oil Man? What's y'all's choice? Hot dog's either a sandwich or a taco, depending on if the buns remain connected to each other. Yes, you are completely correct on that one. Although the only thing I would say is that actually, well, does a taco stop being a taco if you accidentally break the shell? If the shell breaks in half because you're an idiot and you put too much food into it, and it breaks in half while you're eating it, or it's just like brittle and that's how it broke. That's just how the taco crumbled. Is it still a taco? Or does it become a sandwich at that point? Pigs in a blanket are, however, sushi. Yeah, no, you can't argue with that one. It is meat within a roll. It is something within a roll of some kind. A broken taco becomes a sandwich. Damn. I don't know if I would go that far. Because I feel like that's, you know, it's a little bit of ship of Theseusing things there as well. Because, like, if you have the taco, it's in the form of the taco, but you break it. It was an accident. It wasn't a purposeful decision you made. Likely. I mean, if you did a purposeful decision, then maybe you could probably say it's more of a sandwich. But I think intent actually matters. So not only am I bringing in the ship of Theseus, I'm also bringing in Kantian ethics into this discussion about what is and is not a taco. What about soft tacos? That one's harder to break on accident. That one you probably have to do on purpose. And I guess in that sense, a quesadilla, especially one that's not folded over but is just two separate like soft taco shells on top of each other, that one's definitely a sandwich because those are two separate pieces of bread. Or, you know, corn, whatever floats your tortilla. Can't break a soft shell taco. No, just watch me. Anyways, what stage are we going to, boys? Tell me, Megaman or Oil Man? A soft taco must become a burrito, technically. I mean, if you just don't, like, close the soft taco shell, then it won't become a burrito, because it's not a full wrap. It doesn't close around all the meat inside. If you just have, like, a very small soft taco, and just, like, fold it, then that would still be a taco. The one who took a shot for President Lincoln, Megaman, that patriotic fool. I think that's something I will, like, finally will get around to, over break. I would like to actually, spend time doing a Ruby Spears movie night, in the Discord at some point. So, once I spend a couple of days over the weekend just kind of, like, chilling out and not, well, actually, I think my plan will be I probably want to just chill out and not do shit like Monday, Tuesday, because I still gotta do shit Friday, Sunday. So, I will eventually post within the Discord my intent to want to actually have a movie night and actually plan it out. So be on the lookout for that. I would like to watch the Ruby Spears Megaman cartoon again. It's been too long since I watched like any of the episodes. I don't think I ever watched every episode, but it would be funny to revisit that. It would be hilariously cringe. Like it's like again, it's a Ruby Spears cartoon is like perfectly corny, whereas like some of the other cringe cartoons, such as, you know, Fully Charged, don't even feel like they're corny. They just feel like they're bad. No, a little bit bad, cringe. I don't know. But I think the Ruby Spears cartoon is like perfectly like schlocky. It'd be really funny to watch again. And Proto and Grim have both expressed interest in that in the past, so I think it would be funny if we all did that again. It's been a very long time since we had a movie night. I always find a 2-tortilla quesadilla as being a layered sauceless pizza. Yeah, it kind of is. I don't know. At that point, you're really stretching, like, what is a pizza? That starts to be the fucking chaotic evil definition of what a pizza could be, in my opinion. I think a pizza needs to be open-faced dough with toppings on it. Doesn't necessarily have to have any particular sauce, but it just has to be like, what if you did have bread in some shape that you baked some toppings on? It has to be adhering. You can't have it be closed face. I think that's where I would define the limits of pizza. Yeah, and then we can also do the Mega Man Jeopardy thing at some point as well. I get to planning that. I'll get to planning that at some point, or reviving it.
Come with me, fireman. Dr. Wily really knows how to cook the bad guy.
Dr. Wily had his chance.
You sure you have a sense of justice? Mine burns strong in my heart.
What a hothead.
Rather have Fully Charged over Captain N? Okay, fair enough. Captain N does kind of bastardize everything it ever touched, so... Oh, it's actually shooting now. Okay. What is pizza? A miserable pile of ingredients. I don't know. If your pile of ingredients is miserable, then I think you've just made a pizza wrong. It's very hard to make a pizza bad. Never knew the Ruby Spears had a crossover with X until the internet existed and people showed clips of it. Yeah, I didn't know that either. It is pretty funny to see, like, the more badass interpretation of just regular Mega Man encountering the even more badass interpretation of Mega Man X, because they were clearly like, oh fuck, we kind of made, like, our, you know, our Mega Man character a little bit too cool and not, like, you know, childlike enough. How do we like upgrade this? How do we go even further? And they had to go with like X being like really kind of over eager for destruction. But at least they still kept X's kindness a little bit, so. Yeah, I can just light these on fire. I technically don't have to deal with the oil slicks in this stage. I will not be slipping and sliding everywhere. Love a Mega Man Jeopardy scene from other fandoms. Yeah, we have it as an Grim had the idea several months ago. Oops. And a couple people from the Discord have been invited to do so, but just because ever since October I've been hella busy with both the channel and life, I haven't really had time to like herd cats and sit everybody down and be like, okay, on this day we're going to test out Mega Man Jeopardy and make sure that we're all on the same page and can actually get it ready for like a YouTube stream or something like that. But given that I will now have a little bit of a break starting next week, I should be able to, you know, kind of be like, okay, everybody, let's get our schedules all in a row here. So who's available when are we available during these next 2 weeks? Turkish pizza nearly made you throw up. Yikes. Remember how bad the pizza was from the place that used to exist called Jackie Chan's Pizza? It was either going to be the food of the gods or it was going to be absolute, like, bargain bin dog shit. It's only one of the two possible options. Japan finally got the Ruby Spears cartoon last year. It was pretty... it was pretty funny for Japanese audiences to experience Ruby Spears Mega Man for the first time. I didn't see too much of the discourse up close, but there very much was people just being like, "Oh my god, this is Mega Man? What?" And like this is what American anime was like. It's very much the same kind of like endearing in the same way that like Japanese audiences discuss King of the Hill. And how, like, this is American anime, and, can we still call it anime? Now, then they get into a taxonomy argument now. And then they also get in the argument, like, how realistic is this to American life? Which, if you talk to any American, you're like, yeah, that's pretty realistic, actually. It's a little embellished, but for the most part, yeah, it's true. Why Jackie Chan pizza? Could be Bruce Lee's tacos. I don't know, man. It was probably just like, I mean, you know, some private equity firm probably just said like, hey, we need to launch a place and we need a celebrity endorsement to get some money out of it. And wouldn't you know it, Jackie Chan's agent was like, yeah, sure, whatever, and got like $5 million out of it, and that's the end of the story.
Somewhere else if you want oil. Don't make me have to hurt you, because fire's not allowed around here.
Sorry, Oil Man, you're going to fucking die like double hard today.
Why you? Well, burn yourself out. I've got my orders to follow. Yeah, it's showtime.
Like, seriously, how intimidating must it be as Oil Man to just suddenly see Fireman pull up on your block? Like, you gotta be thinking to yourself, there's no goddamn way I could possibly win this fight. Like, all the other Robot Masters, I could see, like, you know, maybe a little bit of confidence. But, like, with Oil Man, it's just like, dude, even the laws of physics are just not in your favor. Chemistry is, like, going to say that you're completely boned here. Like, it's not good. Place call itself, even though they know proper endorsement. I don't know. Just had some interesting people. Yeah, Toddler Man and Pitbull Man. Absolutely. Although Toddler Man does get really confident when Hydrogen Bomb Man does come walking in. It's not an unearned swagger either.
Dr. Wily, you are a most foul man.
I still love how Dr. Light delivers that. It's so funny. I need to start incorporating calling my ops most foul men.
I've already sent you an invitation. Don't disappoint me.
Like, I want Dr. Wily, you're a most foul man. Foul man. That needs to be a line just as famous as, no, not a charge shot. Oh yeah, and we also get to do, we're the weakness, we're Yellow Devil's weakness this time around too. Man, Fireman gets a lot of perks. Fireman, like, has a really good matchup against, like, just the meta game of Powered Up. I mean, I guess he's probably going to... he's going to struggle against CWONP, though, actually. I think... I just realized what I had said, and it's definitely going to balance itself out next stage. Though it is still crazy, Fireman, like, probably has the best matchup against Big Eyes of all the Robot Masters. Like, he actually has the rapid rate and, like, fire pattern to, like, absolutely destroy them very quickly. Thinking of dropping a different F word, but then it's like, the kids are around, I can't call Wily a fucker. That would be very unbecoming of me as a parent to two young children, two young robot children. You are a most fucked up man, Dr. Wily. Dr. Wily is a most foul man. No, this isn't Mega Man 8, it's Mega Man Powered Up. I love how Mega Man Twitter is also speculating on, like, the idea of, like, what will the Mega Man X series become once, you know, we get, like, Dual Override. What are we gonna get out of that? And a lot of people are just being like, Capcom's are just gonna say fuck it and make, Maverick Hunter X2 and 3, aren't they? And I'm like, I don't think that's gonna happen, but it would be pretty funny if it did. Oh god, Proto is becoming the Proto Berry. Run. Welcome, Proto. Alright. Time to burn up this yellow bulbous boy. I mean, you got indigestion from eating a Big Dinner and ice cream. Right, right. You know, just revise your narrative to save yourself.
You're a big fella, ain't you? But it don't matter. My flames will engulf you.
Wow, I think, okay, that's like Fireman. Fireman just recognized the general form of what he's fighting. He didn't just go like, you're an evil robot. Maybe you're like cold. I'm gonna kill you now. Bye. All the other Fireman dialogue has felt very unnatural, but I mean, honestly, it's fucking perfect. I wouldn't have it any other way. Fireman's dialogue is perfect for a guy who's just so obsessed with burning everything and calling it justice. Yeah, it's stupid and over the top, so like, how could you not love it at that point? X9 and all but name calling it Mega Man X off the moon. That would be... Okay, I definitely get the idea that they might start something new in the same sense that starting over with Dual Override. I don't think that's going to be the new Mega Man X title. I just get the feeling that's not as catchy. Doesn't roll off the tongue quite as well. I still personally am holding out for the idea that they'll decide to actually like visit the Elf Wars and make games out of the Elf Wars. And just say something along the lines of like, well, you know, the canon event for the Elf Wars starting was Axel getting infected by Lumine. I think it would be hella cool, because then, you know, especially if Capcom's looking to be like, okay, we need a new solid entry point for people in the series, like, well, you can start, you know, that being the sub-series, much as they kind of want Mega Man 12 to be kind of, or Dual Override to kind of be like the new starting point for people. Just like, fuck it. You know, new Mega Man X game starts off in the L4s. You don't need all that much context. Hell, you don't need to know anything about Sigma or Lumine. Just come on in, start blasting shit, and you'll learn things about X and Zero, and they'll be learning stuff about them too. I guess Axel too, if they decide not to like just shelf his ass. Mega Man X9 Dante's Inferno. That'd be something. Just as long as they don't bring Sigma back. I swear to God, if they bring Sigma back for a new X game, I'm gonna be livid. Like, look, they already recognized it was getting stale during the X1 through 8 series. They recognized around X6 that this whole Sigma thing is getting stale. If they just fucking decide that somehow Sigma returned again, I'm gonna fucking riot, dude. Like, Sigma is dead. He's very clearly, entirely this time, dead as of X8. He should not come back. Welcome back, Dakota. Dakota can come back. He didn't die definitively. Whole point of the L4 is the Cyber Elves killed Sigma permanently, like right before the actual L4s. Oh, and I did not remember that, if that was something ever explained in the Zero games.
Oh, good job. You did well.
You're not hurt, right?
Mega Man FPS Control Simulator Ultra Kill? That'd be pretty fun. It would probably have way too many special effects, like Ultra Kill, but I could maybe get into something fast and speedy like that. I mean, it would... Okay. If you have a Mega Man X first-person shooter, then it would be a lot like Ultra Kill. If you had a Mega Man Classic first-person shooter, you'd have to tone it down a lot. It would not be that fast-paced. You could probably do Quake at most. Issues X7, 8 command mission are expressly not linked to the Zero series. So you'd probably have to remake some of the X games. What do you mean? Like, oh, I guess because, yeah, they didn't really... the plot was kind of wrapping up in 6, and so 7, 8 command mission don't really neatly fit into that. I mean, I wouldn't think it completely impossible for, you know, 7 and 8 to X7 and X8 to work their way into the the canon. I mean, all you have to do is basically say that, like, Axel died as part of the L4s, and that's why he doesn't, like, come back until, you know, a Biometal in ZXA. And he was also supposed to, well, yeah, Sigma was supposed to be dead a lot of times. I get it. I get why they might bring him back, but, like, they really clearly were trying to make X8, like, fucking no more Sigma. Stop it with this guy. He doesn't even get to be the final boss anymore. Just, no Sigma. Chell's answers are created. Mother Elf kills Sigma permanently. Oh, damn it. We do have more Sigma then. Damn it. Yeah, there was an X first-person shooter, but it got canned. Grim has told us about that before. It would be pretty cool if there was one, and X would be perfectly suited to it. I would like to see all the stuff they want to do with the Mega Man IP expanded into that kind of realm. I mean, 7, 8 command mission never referenced in the Zero timeline, plus command mission takes place during 22XX with no mention of the Elf Wars. Huh. Okay, well... Okay, maybe that part of command mission is completely fucked, but the other things, like, I don't know, I could kind of believe 7 and 8, like, yeah, they're not mentioned in the Zero timeline, but I don't think that automatically means that they're completely, you know, kind of non-canonical to how we see the Mega Man timeline. I mean, obviously they have to be canon because Axel is canon. Right, and you know, Axel comes back in ZXA, no matter what they fucking say and call him Model Albert, that's not true. That's just like, that's fake news. We've got to have, like, you know, X7 and X8 worked in there somehow. I guess Lumine just kind of fucks off and wasn't that important in the grand scheme of things, but, I don't know, maybe somehow ended up being important in other ways that we can't really quite see right now. Fireman does not actually do very well in this section because he has to have a melee attack. I guess if I just stand here and let the current carry me, it'll be okay. Counterpoint, one of Omega's Giga attacks is just Zero's X8 Giga attack. Fair enough. The Zero series multiple space elevators, see an X8 in command mission. Yeah, so I mean, you know, there's gotta be that. Which Capcom would hire you? You do an X9 through 11. 9-11 trilogy. That ends everything, and secret ending is just the opening cutscene of 01. That'd be fun. I'm sure you have... It sounds like one of those things that you've thought out extraordinarily well, and you actually have 3 really good ideas. Just like how I've thought about my 3D model character lore, and have definitely very good ideas for a 4-part television series that'll never happen. But, you know. It's the dev said that its look and gameplay function was meant as a nod to Axel, but it's not a piece. Alright, at least Fireman's excited about this. About being at disadvantages. Not actual Axel. Axel is not canon. Damn, that sucks. Still seemingly based off of Axel's data now. Yeah, that sucks. I mean, I get that's why they called it Model Albert, but still, it's kind of like you got. That's not fair to my poor boy that nobody loves. Like, there's gotta be some sort of canon for Axel. Like, I don't believe that he's just like he and a lot of other things from the X7 and 8 games just have to be completely non-canon as a result. I mean, I guess it just like that's what the facts say about, you know, the Megaman games, but like it would just be a very sad existence and a big waste of 2 games. Alright, well, I'm not fighting this very elegantly, but fucking the fire shield is like literally so good that it doesn't matter. Although maybe it does matter a little bit, because CBOMP is a very fast bastard. Turned out that Axel was alive this whole time and he showed up in a 3rd CX game. Yeah, he was just a little sleepy. He fell asleep behind at the bottom of the space elevator and nobody came and got his ass. X accidentally put him down for like a second, and then like once they got back to Maverick Hunter HQ, Zero was like, "Wait, Mega Man, where'd you put Axel?" And X is just like, "Oh shit, I don't know where he is anymore." And maybe like Dynamo went ahead and picked up Axel and be like, there. I know what it's like to be forgotten. Oh, come on, CWOMP. I was baiting that in the other direction. I gotta wait for him to set up blocks again, so that way I can actually jump over shit. There we go. Now I can jump over this bastard. Yeah, that was not fast enough, or I was not fast enough there. Oh well, good enough. It was gonna be a sloppy fight no matter what. Just walks into a room, Ale and Gray are having a serious conversation. Yo, what's up? My name's Axel. Hey, did that guy just turn into sand? It was me, you'd say that Axel got so injured he was forced to retire, gave himself a spin-off where he's just the guy issuing orders. That makes sense. I'd like that. I think that'd be fun. Rockman being title legend / dash, I like the idea of Axel's name being an alternate rock. just shape-shifting in a music joke. I mean, Guns N' Roses isn't exactly alt-rock, but yeah, that works. I could see it. It works as X1 through X6 to L4 is 20 ZX is one timeline, X1, X8 command missions another timeline. Blame Quint about, yeah, no, let's not even talk about that part of the Mega Man timeline. That would be ridiculous.
Really cooking.
YouTube keeps resetting to the top chat function. Yeah, I know. I know the feeling, bud. Me too. Me too. I have to change that every single time I go live. Oh, hey, my jump button didn't work there. That was a little scary. Yeah. It's like, okay, fine. I could accept that X7, 8, and Command Mission ends up being an alternate timeline. I just need an explanation for why it's an alternate timeline. Or, like, not in the sense of, like, oh, I need the details that make it. Like, how did it become an alternate timeline? Like, like how you know Battle Network and Classic Series are alternate timelines because in one, Dr. Light went ahead and started researching the internet, where in the other, Dr. Light went into robotics. Like, I need that for, like, the X7 split, for the two games. Soft reboot kind of sounds alternate timeline. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, honestly, if anything, maybe Capcom would just say, like, screw it. Fuck it. We're gonna go against the devs' wishes of ZXA. Axel is canon. And then also, like, Command Mission that said 22XX. Nah, that was meant to be 21XX. Don't worry about it. As he claimed with own hands. You're the second person to ask that question. What? Y'all are asking so many questions. I think, look, his hand is, like, roughly the same size as, like, one of the rungs on the ladder. He could just kind of fit his whole hand through there. Spit would be the new generation Reploids. Oh, I guess so, yeah, because they were supposed to be virus-resistant, weren't they? So the X7 onwards, they wouldn't actually need to do the whole Mother Elf against the stave off Sigma kind of thing. They'd just all be kind of like, well... We're all like, we all installed, like, you know, Norton antivirus, so now Sigma can't actually terrorize us for time immemorial. Command Mission is explicitly an alternate future by the devs. Alright. Fair enough then. It's very weird how the Mega Man timeline splits like that, but I guess that's just how the devs decide to do things. I mean, okay, the Zero series is never explicitly said to be 22XX, but, like, it is, like, meant to be another 100 years after Mega Man X, which is, I'm pretty sure, explicitly 100 years after Mega Man. So, like, yeah, and Mega Man X is explicitly 21XX, so I think it has to be, the math has to work like that. If a 100-year jump does actually mean an increase in the 100s place of the number for Mega Man Classic to Mega Man X, then it has to be the same for Zero. Zero ZX, no reference to the Super Force medals? Okay, I'm guessing that's a Command Mission thing I know nothing about, so... Fair enough. Alright. The three alternate timeline games, quote-unquote theory holds water. It just is true. Dive is a clusterfuck of everything with no desire for Mega Man canon. Oh yeah, Dive is a... Dude, this is just Dude, this is non-canonical gacha gambling. You didn't seriously try to incorporate this into the lore, did you? We're not the Kingdom Hearts department over here. X creates Elysium split timeline? What do you mean? I don't remember that. Did he make a... Because that wasn't just Neo Arcadia. Yeah, exactly. So you do have another 100 years worth of advancement for the Zero series, so long as it's like, yeah, it is canonically another 100 years between. As long as there is canonically 100 years between 20XX and 21XX, as in the classic and Mega Man X series, then the Zero series has to take place in 22XX because of the fighting for over a century. Fan theory, the timeline splitting in X5? Okay. Whereas, obviously, the answer seems to be that it splits in X6. Or, you know, still X5. I mean, like... Well, no, because then it's fucked up because it was originally meant to be like, well, the sort of split could have been at X5 because that's what the Zero series was meant to pick up from, but then we had the whole X6 debacle creating that anyways, and then we had the cutscene about Zero getting into the capsule at the end of X6, but then we actually ended up having X7 and X8, which are not referenced in future games, so oh god, Mega Man X was a disaster for the... Mega Man X and its consequences was a disaster for the Mega Man timeline. If only Mega Man X did not exist to completely fuck up the entirety of the timeline. If only Capcom Dev Team 1 got to work on all of the Mega Man X games instead of, like, just the first 4. And also 8. I, like, probably should have saved Iceman for, like, when I had full health, but, like, honestly, Iceman's just, like, not that intimidating against Fireman. Like, yeah, sure, he does a lot of damage, but, like, I don't know. Iceman's really not the craziest fight in the world. I mean, I guess he does get faster, and I did just die because I was busy talking instead of locking in. Shouldn't speak. I shouldn't speak, then my big chungus life gets fucking... The comedic timing kicks in. The universe gets bored and says, Crash must do something dumb. Feels very much like a VC discussion. Yeah, it'd be kind of fun to argue over the pointless shit that don't matter about the X timeline. Come on, Iceman, just melt already. Something about 3 that feels like it ended? I don't think, oh, like Mega Man 3, yeah. The idea of Wily getting crushed and everything else is just somehow a hallucination afterwards. Yeah, it'd be very... I think the people who are like, yeah, nothing after... Mega Man 3 canon, nothing after Mega Man 3 is canon are very insane. Just because, oh yeah, Wily totally definitely died there because he got crushed in a exploding fortress, dude. It's not like Wily just always finds a way to fucking come back somehow. Also, I mean, it's like, you know, I'm sure the Mega Man boomers like that probably never played the X game and comprehended any of the plot, so they couldn't have possibly even believed that Wily was necessary to make Zero, but whatever. Wait, X6 has to happen because of Zero 4's plot? I'm trying to remember, what part of Zero 4's plot? What part of Zero 4's plot made X6 have to happen? Because I don't remember anything about X4 or Zero 4 that was like, yeah, X6 had to happen. Want to get really fucked with the timeline, say the split happened in X5, and that means 01 through Z3 are one timeline, and Z4's part is a separate timeline? Oh god, no, I don't think anybody wants to say that. English version of Mega Man 7 should have happened. Yeah, I think Mega Man probably should have just killed Wily. It would have been great. Instead of having this whole Batman and Joker kind of situation where, like, you know, okay, well, the Joker does get to kill, like, 600,000 more people because Batman lets him live. I think Batman should have just killed the Joker, basically, is what I'm saying. Oh no, I got blocked. Oh well. Oh, right. Yeah, because Area 0 is the Erasa site crashing. Yep. Forgot that tiny detail. That scene X7 was an American hack. Why did they do that? I don't know. They probably just decided to, they probably just wanted it to be more dramatic, right? Like, especially given that that was still the era where, like, you know, box art had to appear more aggressive to kind of, like, appeal to the American audience a little bit more, or at least that was the marketing philosophy of the time. You know, that's why it's how we got Angry Kirby on the box art. They probably felt like a similar thing with, like, well, we'll just make Mega Man, like, really angry, and maybe he actually wants to kill Wily. Yeah, and also it was the 90s. Edgy's was super cool. You know, doesn't man kill Jonkler? Is he stupid? Does he know that he's, like, the Jonkler's a bad guy?
Warning!
Okay, Oil Man, time for your pitiful fight. Oh yeah, I guess Kirby's aggressive box art has never stopped. You are right. Even the Peach game has the more aggressive art. Yeah, no, I don't... Guess they figure the same shit. Gotta make shit edgy for the American audience, otherwise they won't buy the baby console. They'll just keep calling the Switch and whatever they put out the baby console in comparison to, like, the Xbox or the PlayStation. Although, I don't know, Xbox now getting beaten out by a literal a console for babies. Not even meant to have a controller, but meant to have, like, little sensory stimulation games for, like, 4-year-olds. I think the Xbox might actually be an honorary baby console now. The logic for that would be the X5 good ending leads to 0-1 to 0-3 since X gives back his saber in 0-1. Right. But then 0-4 can't happen since the Erasure crash only happened in the X6, X5 bad ending. So then X4 or 0-4 would then have to be its own standalone game where for some fucking reason 0 was actually awoken at that point. From like a different timeline of events. That it never got explained how 0 got awoken. That would be its own timeline. Yeah, no, the whole I choose to believe, like, yes, obviously we have had devs stating, like, certain things about, like, well, you know, this is how the canon had to shake out with, like, you know, Command Mission and all the X games and the 0 games and all that shit. I would stipulate that it would not be a completely out of the question for, like, Capcom to just go in and be like, look, there were, like, so many devs and we had, like, fucking 20 games. It's bound to have, like, shit did not align.
All your loud burning words are just smoke in the wind.
We just gotta realign it. We're gonna say fuck it.
You're a fake! Has it finally happened? A copy of me has appeared! So that means I'm a real hero! How pathetic. I can't believe he's serious.
Oh, stupid Fireman. I love him. Fireman's just literally like, yay, I have a copycat now. I am loved. I do love Fireman. There's a reason that even people who are not big fans of Mega Man Powered Up still just love what this game did for Fireman. Everyone seems to agree that this is the perfect canon personality for Fireman. Much in the same way that Kirby Right Back At Ya's interpretation of DDD is the canon interpretation of DDD. Nobody will argue with that. If DDD is not has a speaking role and does not do it with a big southern accent and an over-the-top kind of like, you know, well, you know, I am the greatest kind of thing going on, then that's not DDD. What they could have done for Disco. That'd be nice, yeah. Oh yeah, and then Spanish Vampire Meta Knight's also pretty cool. Though I can see why maybe some people disagree with it. I personally love it, but I definitely could see like, well, I don't know. It doesn't have the same iconicness as deities. It's like the second most. It's playing second fiddle. I think it's perfect personally, but. Yeah, Boss Hog Beauty, multiple devs crash. Inafune was the soul lore guy, and he couldn't keep it straight. Okay, there you go then. There you go. Capcom says, hey, we don't like that Inafune guy anymore. We're just gonna throw him and his writing and all the directions he took under the bus. Fuck it. All of it's canon now. Here are the things that fix up the plot holes. Don't even worry about it, guys. The one thing you don't like about Right Back At You's popularity is that Kirby himself just turns into that version in 99% of all Smash/Kirby fan comics. Canon Kirby's not Canon Kirby's not a baby/Tiff's personal Pokemon. Yeah, I agree. I don't like how Right Back At You's Kirby is very just like, you know, baby until he gets a gun, and then gets serious. But yeah, well. Win some, lose some on the character lottery, I suppose. And Kirby says more things than Poyo in canon. Did he? I don't know. I don't remember Kirby having more speaking other than that. I mean, he makes a lot of, like, you know, body language type gestures, but I don't know if he ever had any other words to say. I mean, he has advertisements where he said words, but implied not to be a newborn. Yeah. Claims of Justice accepted as 100% canon, not to this extreme degree. Yeah, I do agree. Maybe it's a little overboard for a serious personality, but I do get the idea of the canon. There's definitely a ring to it. It's mostly there. Epic Yarn. Some of the copy ability descriptions imply it. Oh yeah, I guess the narrator does say, "Oh, but Kirby said blah 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 blah. Where are you going, Prince Yarn?" Or whatever his fucking name was. I forget. It's been too long since I played Epic Yarn. Fixing plot holes when making it all canon is like trying to repair your house by blasting more holes through it. True, but at the very least, you don't need to rebuild the house at that point. You just now say that it's not entire. It's not a closed house design anymore. It's an open air living quarters. Oh yeah, the grass feels funny. It feels like pants. You're right. That is exactly the one line. Kirby canonically speaks words, languages, even. Prince Fluff. That was his name. Okay. I don't know. I feel like it's certainly possible to patch all of the Mega Man timeline holes by just kind of blasting through it and being like, okay, look, just consider, here's documentation of we're considering this canon, this not canon, erase this part of this game, and then this part of this game is true. Happy? No? Well, too bad. Deal with it. An AI cover. Well, those aren't canon, so. Hey, although, CWOP fight went fine. It took 2 tries. I died on the first time by being just a little too overconfident, but I did make it to the last robot. And then I just did restart and do it a little bit more, you know, elegantly, and here we are. Since CWOP's fight's not that bad, people just complain about the fact they have to use melee range. Crash wants the Mega Man lore equivalent of a casino bombing. Why? Yes, why is that such a crazy thing to ask for? The casino has the money. They will rebuild things. Just crossed your mind. Yes, it's fair.
You're wasting your time. You've got nothing on me. As long as my justice for
Wow, that was like the first serious, completely cogent thing that Fireman said. I will say maybe the one AI cover I will defend is one of like the original ones of like the Neko arc, oh, what's the one? I'm forgetting the title of it now. Just the Two of Us. I do like it a lot. I hate to admit it, I really do like it a lot. I'm sure if like you got an actual actress to do it, it'd also be pretty good, but I kind of also like the weird raspy bullshit you end up getting out of the AI, so. Wish they could have just gotten the person to do it. Yeah, it would be good. It would be better. I'm sure it wouldn't be I'm sure eventually, NecoArc's voice actress will end up being on, like, Fiverr or something, and she'll just do a fucking cover if you pay her enough.
Useless piece of junk! Wait a second!
Scary good cover of Daddy Ducks and Piano Man. Alright, well, let's see. How do we get through Wily? Is he going to oil machine gun me, or is he going to rolling cutter me? Oh, I did actually, while I was actually unlocking Megaman Slide the last week, and Megaman Charge last week, I did find not a exactly super consistent way of doing it, but I do have a plan to actually dodge the oil machine gun now. I was able to actually dodge some of it purposefully with some, like, well-timed expert jumping. So there is something possible. It's just not like this. Oh, okay, not like this. You kind of want to have it so that one weaves. You jump over one, and that misdirects the next one to go over your head. Kind of like this. Holy shit, I only got hit by that once. Yeah, kind of like that. I've played Mega Man powered up for so long that I understand a little bit how to dodge the oil machine gun. If that doesn't say how much I've fucking played this game and enjoyed playing it, I don't know what will. I think I'm still going to die because of all things. I don't think Fireman's actually... Or of all robots, I think Fireman's doing like maybe 1 damage to Wily. So I guess, nobody's perfect. Okay, he's using the spiral shot. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, he kind of hit me with the oil machine gun again. I wasn't ready for it. Oh, TF2 cruising, maybe, I'm only human. That one's also pretty good as well. I gotta agree. Let's get McFarlane to sing. He absolutely would do it.
Warning.
Yeah, Wily just repairs himself in plain sight because nobody stops him for some reason. It's weird. Well, it's because of the whole I can't shoot a human thing. I'm a robot. I'm not a Maverick. I can't be even be Maverick. Remember when Firestorm was a soft weakness? Yeah, those are the good times. Those were the good times. Instead, now we live in this fallen future where only in his first phase is he actually kind of weak to the Firestorm. Oh shit! First phase, no hit. Nice. Yeah, I agree, Grim. I don't go seeking out AI covers, but I keep the ones that you enjoyed from when I did and when it wasn't like, AI wasn't prevalent everywhere and bound to destroy the fabric of society. When it was just kind of like, oh, okay, this is like a neat little funny thing. Like from when, generating an image of Kiryu eating pizza was like dog shit and it was funny. Thank you for the first phase being clean. I'm sure this one will not be as clean. I will respond to your comment about the AI in a minute, because I think that's roughly how I used to think as well. I'd love to expand upon that a little bit. God damn it. I'm still sick of Wily and his rolling cutters, though. They do weird shit that don't quite make sense. They don't bounce the way they should. Somehow, of all robots, Fireman has a fucking bad matchup against Wily. Ow. And jump. And do another. A hyper bomb again. Oh, hell no. Didn't lead it far back enough. And, okay. It's very oily now on the field. Alright, how long can I keep this up for? Ah, the answer is not very long if he does this rolling cutter bullshit. Okay, whew, there we go. Close. Very close one.
Why, you?
GG, thank you, thank you.
Retreat.
Yeah, devil's advocate here. AA covers of things are usually made because the songs will never be sung by the person in question. Literally, wouldn't it be cool if made manifest? You can argue that. I would say you can argue that about basically everything AI, which is kind of why I was a little bit of like, well, you know, more neutral about it at first. Because, like, admittedly, you know, for me, art and copyright and ownership and all that kind of stuff, the argument doesn't stand as much with me because I'm not much of a creative type. So I don't really have much of a dog in the race to make commentary on it. But I've come to be anti-AI because it's fucking, one, it's everywhere where it shouldn't be. And two, it's burning through the fucking world's resources. And, oh, I skipped the cutscene on accident. I'm an idiot. I pressed start on it. Oops. Oh, well. We don't get to see Fireman walk home, I guess. Wah, wah. So, yeah. It just burns through all the world's resources and we'll have a water shortage in only a few years. Yeah, let me get back to the menu at least, so that way we can have some music in the background. Even run the stream 480p, it's having buffering issues. That's a shame. I mean, it's pretty behind on my phone, all things considered, but it's not too terribly behind. I do also still dislike how the UI looks in Powered Up, like, the HUD. I don't like how the HUD looks. Yeah, the health UI looks terrible in this game. It's not very clear, but oh well. I still like the gameplay well enough to where I don't mind Power Up. I think it's still very fun. But yeah, wow, that's like another Robot Master down. It's crazy. I don't know, cool shit. We that was not the fastest I think we've actually ever done this. I'm pretty sure last week with who was I playing again last week? I'm losing my memory. Bomb Man? Did I do Bomb Man last week? No, I did Mega Man Slide last week. Yeah, okay, Mega Man Slide on easy was the fastest thing. So we weren't quite that fast, but those are still pretty fast. Yeah, I can't believe you voted for Elecman in more than half the polls, and he's like the last non-Mega Man playthrough now. It is pretty funny how that happened, yeah? Oh well, I guess he just, I mean, to be fair, I did maybe bias the poll a little bit this week when I was like, I'm gonna put the Flames of Justice as Fireman's quote, and I had to come up with some other weak-ass quote from Elecman. So, like, everybody votes for the Flames of Justice when, you know, it's hyped up that way. But that's alright. I've been dying to play as Elecman so I can hear my sultry, sweet, maybe bisexually coded boy talk in very funny terms. Compliment everybody how the beautiful he is. compliment himself in front of everybody about how beautiful he is and how everybody else just like sucks ass. I love that. My total spirit animal. Whoa, he's bisexual. Voting for Fireman for multiple weeks, so I was always voting for him this week. Fair enough. Grim got his wish. Ilvo will get his wish next. Well, not next week. In 3 weeks from now. I just want him to pleasure himself in front of all the bosses. That's certainly a way of re-saying the thing that I said that completely warps the context around it. But sure. Why not? We can just fucking contact Hayden again and we can get more robot yaoi, but this time for the Mega Man 1 characters. Anyways. The Hog Crank of Justice. No, that's Fireman. Elecman has to be doing it. Maybe that's what Fireman's reaction is. Anyways. I guess that's gonna wrap it up a little early tonight. I don't have anything that can meaningfully extend the stream for another like 30 minutes or so. And I am kind of tired anyways. I kind of slept mediocre last night, so I would like to maybe get in a little extra sleep today. So I'm gonna say thanks for being here. Last Mega Man stream of the year. Tomorrow we'll be doing Kirby games. We'll be playing Kirby's Dream Land and Kirby's Pinball Land, the 2 Game Boy games for Kirby. And Thursday we'll be doing a Chemistry React stream. I will be on vacation until the first week of January. Not including the 1st and 2nd, but the week after that. So I guess coming back the 5th and 6th. But I'll be in Discord. So like, hey, if you want to join the Discord and you haven't yet and you're in the background over there, you want to say hi to us, come join the Discord. I do plan to probably do a Ruby Spears movie night during these 2 weeks and maybe a Jackbox night as well. So we'll have fun doing that. Yeah, be sure to like video and hype it and subscribe and share it and all that shit. And be sure to share the short that I uploaded yesterday and that Grim edited over the last several weeks. He put his heart and a piece of his soul in there. You don't want that to go to waste, do you? So yeah, thanks for coming, everybody. I'll talk to y'all later when I talk to you. And I hope you really enjoyed the Flames of Justice and you're ready to spread that out for, you know, the next several weeks. Go spread the Flames of Justice, and I'll talk to you later. Good night.